Hello, welcome back. Some more messages. Saramatia. The second Witch King rolled D5, hot damn. Always nice when that happens. Yomi. Yoni's army on my border has doubled in size, but they're too late. They're summoning lots of Shikomi. I get 10 death gems per turn. 10 Shikomi cost me 4 death gems thanks to the 20% conjuration site. I was a bit confused about this. I think Yomi's a bit scared of... Let's see, where is Yomi? I think Yomi was a bit scared of the Pyrenees squad that was here, that I think was just attacking the throne. So I don't think they have much to worry about there. That's what I suspect. They are summoning lots of Shikomi though now, so you can see a few here. Also, apparently, the Shikomi are getting blasted by Holy Fire, which is quite funny. But that shouldn't kill them, though. It might give them afflictions if they get unlucky. Finally, Beratos. While the war's going on, Mekone has managed to recover a bit. A little surprised at how many troops the reports say Mekone has. I know they can be wildly inaccurate, but being a new bad, I'm still getting a feel for what is or isn't possible. Yeah, Mekone is huge, so they have lots of income. And lots of cheap Hellock guys. My plan right now is to hopefully catch Mekone in a trap this turn and deal them another blow. I'm moving off the fort I'm sieging with my main force, while some shitty turtle tribe warriors continue the siege. Then I get a nice big battle where I murder Mekone's god and kill a lot of their troops. Move back onto the fort and then eat up their lands at my leisure. Okay. Besides that, I've been neglecting my research, site searching quite badly. Can't search with Mekone's flying god about, so I'm focusing on building up some researchers. Let's see, wasn't your research quite good? Okay, you are third on research, Beratos. Alright, maybe... maybe don't worry too much in that regard. Nobody's doing much research. So let's think. They're going to move off the fort with their main force. Where's that, then? So they're on this fort. Oh, they've already moved off it, I see. Ah, so I guess that was this turn they were hoping to have a decisive battle. Let's see if they did or not. Otherwise, let's go through the battles that we can see. Land of Feelings. Was this the throne? Oh yeah, this was the throne. I don't suspect this will be very difficult for Roos, though. Let's just turbo through it. This is some big fire spells. What? That's a lot of fireballs. God damn. Okay. Well, very chunky frontline. Roos even bringing out the fire alleys. Taking no chances. Roos the cautious king. Yeah, easily takes that throne. So, 3 wizards, a Perkunu, and a 2 daughters of the sun. Yeah, no expense spared taking on the militia heavy infantry province. But hey, you know what? They knocked it out of the park there, so good job. We can see Mekone hitting Calum, empty province though, not much to see. Pyrenee in wet mess. This is also a throne, I believe. So, caveman throne, very intimidating. It's caveman v caveman. Let's see how this goes. I imagine the smaller cavemen have the advantage, because you get more on a square. Oh yeah. All those projectiles must hurt as well when you're a naked dude with no shield. So, not much of a problem there. These guys don't have much in the morale department though, do they? Okay, so how did you do there? They lost 24 of the Bekrides, 14 Zots, and that's about it. Not too bad otherwise for a big caveman province. We have barbarians attacking Mekone, so along with, let's see. So here is Beratos, just hitting PD though. So no big battle there. We have Saro pinging some stuff. We have Saro taking more Muspelheim stuff. I don't think there's going to be much resistance there. Yomi taking on some Crystal Amazons. Probably quite simple here too. Gets all his buffs up. Looks like he's got a limp. Getting paralyzed. And now I guess... Oh, crippled, in fact. Yikes. And now I guess these guys just kill themselves on Fire Shield. Classic. Nice job there. We got Odd. Mooseball trying to fight back. Into 57 Raiders. Good luck. Battling New Jome. Here's... Okay. So these were the two armies that moved past each other, unfortunately. So nobody gets the climactic battle there. Lots of peltasts, all with the javelins. And some discombobulus. Yeah, bringing out the ranged units to try and hit the things with that blind you when you hit them, which makes sense. We've also got Battling the Ocean of Our Lord. Defeated by Shamblers. Unfortunate. Where's that one? I see. We've got Roos moving into a Muspelheim province. Yep, grabbing their free palisades. Not bad. We have another Mekone into Beratos fight. So some Ictiids into another big stack. Oh, so that was that one. I see. So where is the other stack? Oh, here, I see, okay. So this was the big stack that they wanted to have a climactic battle. Yeah, they just got the Ictiids instead, though. Unlucky. We have Abyssius still expanding underground. We've got Pyrenees still expanding underground as well. And Mekone's Maneater took out a big Malverne province, yeah. Like 26 PD province. Falls over when faced with a Maneater. And here's the map now. Okay, so let's look around. I think this is a pretty simple turn. There's not many new developments, but we'll see what we can see. Sauro probably finishing off Muspelheim now. Not going to have any problems, I don't think. Just a case of how they choose to approach dealing with the capital. Might be a bit slow. We'll see how they get on. Mekone. Mekone's in a tough position. There is quite a lot of stuff here, though. I think the Maneater cleans up a lot of these things, though. They really need to make peace with Beratos, I think. There's a lot of resources over here trying to deal with Beratos at the moment. I mean, they'd probably be better off just fighting these two guys, right? I feel like they stack up a lot better to all this, like, Calum junk, and they already had a good battle against Malverne. You could just say, you know, just take this palisades and leave me alone, and then go fight these two guys. Probably be a lot better off. This doesn't have a good answer for the Eye Vengeance Blast, does he? Not sure what you do about that either. I think ranged unit's probably good. You could, I mean, a bit later on when you've got some magic, you can make a thug that just doesn't care about being blind. That would probably work. What's the Beratos Bless again? Oh, it's literally just Eye Vengeance, yeah. You could just make a thug that just has Fire Shield and a Storm Spore. And just sits there getting hit. Killing things that hit it. That'd work. Because Mekone can do stuff like that quite easily, right? I'm pretty sure they get, let's see, where's Mekone? Yeah, they get air and fire and stuff, so that's fine. They're good at forging things. Just make one of these guys stack up his protection. It'd probably be fine. Also, if you're making a thug, I'm pretty sure if you get like a firebrand or something, it doesn't need accuracy to hit, does it? Because it does AoE. So, yeah. I think once he gets thugs online, he can deal with this fine. If he doesn't mind giving his thugs blindness. But until then, I'd probably just peace out with Beratos if he's willing to take peace anyway. Just fight these guys. Could maybe even get peace with Malverne as well after beating them that one time. But, yeah. We'll see what they do anyway. Good luck to them. If they smash this stack, they'll be in a much stronger position, so we'll see how the large numbers of ranged dudes strategy goes. Sauro having a great game. They're very large. Sauro's strong in the early game. Just got to finish off Muspelheim. Moria, pretty similar to Sauro, I think. They're also doing very well. I guess they're not involved in any wars or anything yet. They've got forts going up. I guess this is one? Maybe not. But they've got throne access, quite a lot of it. So just have to wait and see what they do. Calum, I mean, trying to grab stuff off Mekone, and it's working well for them so far. So, you know, so far so good. Yomi, pulling themselves back into the game, got left alone by Ubar, surprisingly. Now the throne leader. And, yeah, getting ready to be attacked by Pyrenees, but I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, really good start for them now. If they're churning out conjurations from a conjuration bonus site, I mean, that's, yeah, probably a great start for them. Baratos, well, yeah, we spent most of the game looking at Baratos, I think. They're doing fine. It's pretty funny that they're third on research and worried about being behind on research. They even have an upgraded fort, so their infrastructure isn't really suffering either. They're quite solid right now. They're just stuck in a hard war. But I don't know, it's kind of a weird war, isn't it? I guess it's just because Mekone just outnumbers Baratos so much, and Baratos has the Awake God. So even though it's very hard for Mekone to fight into Baratos, it's also hard for Baratos to, like, just claim a bunch of territory off them, right? Yeah, it's not a good war for either of them. I'm pretty sure Mekone could get peace with Baratos if he wanted it. If Baratos sees things the same way, but who knows? Who knows? Rus, yeah, calmly it's just, you know, asserting their position on the map. Things going well for them. They are, you know, on the board now with the Throne of the Moon. Great throne. Gives them growth. So they're going to like that. Ubar did actually stack up his 90 units together in Caverns of Neck, not taking any chances before he attacks Pyrenees, which is what I assume is about to happen. I forgot as well, of course, we can see all these units, but Pyrenees can't. We've got a Spirit Sight Scout. But Pyrenees probably doesn't see all of these Jinn, right? He just sees the camel dudes. So he might not realize this is coming. If he does have this giant stack now that he can just move to Gehenna and defend, but we'll see how it goes. Jinns are extremely strong, of course. So we'll see what happens next turn. But yeah, I mean, I assume this is attacking Pyrenees, but we'll see next turn what happens exactly. So there's Ubar. Yeah, Pyrenees. I mean, they've got a throne as well now, Throne of the Stars, so good job. They've also got this province in their cap circle, although Abyssir is sitting in Smothered Art, which is quite funny. Abyssir, by far the largest player underground now, after a bit of a slow start, but not on the surface yet. And back to Morverni here. I mean, yeah, they're doing quite well as well. They don't have their god back yet, though. So they're in a bit of a vulnerable position at the moment. I'm pretty sure Femoria could just walk over them, but we'll see what happens. They've got this big stack here. I wonder what they're doing with that. They have heat scales. No, maybe this pass is open for them? No, it's frozen on the other side. Throne of Gates and Conjunctions. That would be a cool one to pick up. Just because it sounds cool, you know? And Muspelheim. Yeah, and there's everyone. Okay. Feels like an intervening turn. Maybe we'll see some more interesting battles next month. Let's see. See you in a second. Hello, welcome back. Mostly Mekone and Baratos exchanges this month. No Ubar into Pyrenees battle, I'm noticing. It's a bit odd to me. Yeah, also no Pyrenees into Yomi battle, which I didn't think there would be. Okay. Let's look at, I think Bay of Plenty is the most interesting battle here. So, who was this in? This was Mekone attacking Baratos. It's not a large stack though. He's got some Gigantes. He's got some Helots. But it's a very long line of Sacreds from Baratos. can probably see how this is going. Did you guys not fire your javelins, or did they just not do anything? Okay, there's some projectiles going in now. Some magma bolts. Does not look like it's making much impact, though. Yeah. So, there goes another 8 of the Gigantes. 35 of the Helots. Lost 2 of his Gerontes as well. Yeah, pretty rough. Besides that, let's see what else we've got. This was 100 Blackhawks taking a 1 PD province, so slightly overkill. Although this is quite a tough commander, so maybe not. How many of you guys die doing this? Yeah, it's like, alright, well, never mind. It was actually pretty easy. So yeah, 2 of them died. But, okay, he grabs that. Then we got more Barbarians attacking Veritas, very funny. We have Calum attacking Mekone as well. Into the Pikeneers. Pretty easy for them there. So there goes the Pikeneers. Doesn't really cost much. Sauro finishing off Muspelheim still. They're only pinging a above ground throne. Lots of wizards there. And then lots of more exchanges between Mekone and Veritas. So Bay of Plenty was the one we just saw. We've got Bycliffe, which is some Gigantes into PD. So not much to see there. We have 2 battles in Kinney's Plain then, interesting. So we have Mekone taking this province. So let's see. Okay, so the Blackhawks hit first in the ritual phase. And then Mekone moves in with 15 Gigantes and 60 Helots. And then Calum attacks it with some... What do you guys call? We got some Spirehorn Archers, Blizzard Warriors, Tempest Warriors, a couple of mages as well. Lots of lightning bolts. Yeah, the Calum infantry don't really hold up very well though, especially not against all this high quality stuff. I mean, even the Helots make short work of Calum infantry. So that goes fine for Mekone. They lose 20 Helots, 1 Gigante, or the Disco guys. It's not too bad overall. So they end up retaining Kinney's Plain in the end. And then we've also got Tiash, so moving into the swamp here. And finally, we have a graveyard event where one of Yomi's mages gets attacked by a skeleton. I hate this event. I hate this site event. I hate it. It killed one of my mages in a game, and now I just hate it. Let's see, World Pillar, where is that? Let me just check. It is a graveyard, right? Garden of Bones, same thing. Yeah. And worldwide event evocation rituals are cheaper. Now, I will say, this turn, Mekone has gone AI. So, farewell to them. Let's take a look at their graphs overall. So, huge at the beginning. By far the most dominant player. Really unlucky that they tried to attack Veritas, who had the most bespoke blast you've ever seen, and just completely countered him. How else are you doing? Income? I mean, yeah. I mean, the story of their game was they were huge and then had a bad fight and then lost to a coalition, basically. Not much else to say. They're still competitive on research. They were, I mean, second, basically, on army size. How is their income currently? Yeah, they've fallen off quite hard at this point. So, you know, ultimately, if you want to go AI, I don't blame you. This is supposed to be a fun game after all. And most people probably don't find playing from this position very fun. However, if it's not just a question of fun, if it's more a question of well, what are you supposed to do when 3 people are attacking you? I will tell you, I will give you the secret strat of how you beat 3 people coalitioning you. You make peace with them. That's usually the best idea. The thing about people grouping up to attack you is it usually implies nobody individually wants to attack you. I think we got a message from Calum a few turns ago saying as much, right? He just wants to grab some easy territory. So usually that's everybody's thinking when there's a coalition. They just want easy territory. So 9 times out of 10, if you just give them easy territory in exchange for leaving you alone, they'll do it. So I probably would have immediately tried to get peace with Beratos, because I feel like that was just the weakest matchup we had as Mekone, just because of that bless. Later on it'll be fine, but for the time being, no, we're just getting found on. So I probably would have said to Beratos, okay, you can just have this Palisades and, you know, whatever else you want. Probably like Jome and New Jome. You can have those provinces if you just leave me alone. And then I would have said to Mekone after the battle you won, where you killed their god, I would have said, alright, go away or I'm just going to keep stomping you. And I would have just took this back. And hope they left me alone. And then I would have just fought Calum, because Calum is probably the easiest matchup. That's what I think I would probably do here. But it depends how receptive, obviously, the other players are and stuff. But I think that's probably the best thing you do here, right? You have to actually tell people to go away. But when you're against a coalition like this, usually people will leave you alone. Especially if they have a big loss like Mekone did, or, you know... I mean, Beratos actually feels pressed, which is quite funny. You know, he's worried about falling behind in research, he's worried that he doesn't have an answer for the man-eater, all that kind of stuff, so he probably would have took peace as well. And then you just fight Calum, who, you know, you're cleaning up pretty well anyway. So that's probably the best thing you do in this sort of situation. But it depends how rational the other players are, of course. Sometimes you do get players who just don't do diplomacy at all and stuff. Or whatever. Sometimes it's hard to ask for peace as well because of your own ego. Like, I probably wouldn't have made peace with Mekone, honestly. I would have continued fighting Calum and Mekone because I would have thought, nah, I can do both of these, that's fine. The army does what this player and my god does this player, and we just hold out as long as possible until we get a good battle. But yeah, I think diplomacy is the way you get out of this situation. I think you had to make peace with Beratos, though. That's my analysis of this situation. But ultimately, if you feel a bit, I mean, you did lose like a shitload of Gigantes and stuff, and if you don't want to play, fair enough. I think that does mean that Beratos scoops up a bunch of easy territory now, though, if he realizes that Mekone's got AI. I don't think Mekone gets much else out of this. Calum might. Be interesting if they fight over the cap, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, RIP Mekone. Of course, it's possible they stay in the game as an AI now for like 20 turns, who knows. But let's look around at the rest of the map and see what else people are doing. Taro now has both the Muspel's forts here under siege, so Roos taking that one, so they're doing great. I don't think they have to worry about too much yet, but we'll see. Fimoria, same deal. I think they're just probably site searching or something, right? Let's see. How's your gem income doing, Fimoria? Oh yeah, they're just site searching. They're now first on gem income. So yeah, he's got his big guy walking around looking for sites and stuff. Found a mud field over here. Besides that, I mean, let's see, Wild Forest, Sparkling Fields, Fairy Circle, just one glamour. Lilium Vale, Song of Birds, Mercury, yeah, he's doing lots of site searching. The Charnel House, that's a pretty sick province. Yeah, I'm probably going to have quite a strong mid-game. Calum, yeah, doing fine. I think Calum's quite weak early on, right? But, I mean, they're grabbing free stuff, so good luck to them. Yomi also doing fine, did not get attacked by Pirani. Maybe they'll go and attack Pyrenees now, that would be fun. Got these big guys everywhere. Getting the stacks of Shikomi out. Very good recovery. Veritas doing well. Roos doing well. Ubar, what are you doing? What are you doing, dude? He psyched himself out. So we've got... I mean, it almost seems like... I think a lot of players just thought Pyrenees was going to attack them because he had these big stacks walking around to take the throne. Because I noticed Ubar's actually put this province up to 20 PD. I don't know. I thought he was massing up to attack, but maybe he was just scared of all these cavemen walking around. I'm not sure. I mean, Pyrenees seems like quite a chill player so far. He's like quite slow expansion. It's quite funny. I mean, maybe we'll see an attack next month. I'm not holding my breath. Abyssia. Did you do anything this month, Abyssia? Not yet. We'll have to see what they do next. Laverny's doing fine. Mooseball's out. Mekone's out. Yeah, and that's everyone. Well, there's the game so far. I don't think anyone is clearly leading now. It was Mekone for a while, but now I'm not sure. It's probably going to come down to Saura and Fromoria. But we'll see where Beratos ends up when they've cleaned up Mekone. They might be quite strong too. The other guys, not a lot of motion yet, but well, we'll see how things end up. It's still early days, turn 19. Should start seeing some real magic soon, I think. Maybe not, but find out in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.